And so if you're looking straight on, like that's going over your pupil. But clearly this is not where my arch is. So here's a good rule of thumb. You're just going to need like a straight edge. Preferably you can use the brush that you're going to be using to put on your eyebrows. I recommend powder for those of you who are beginners, and I just recommend powder in general just because it's easier to blend out if you mess up, and it just looks a little bit more natural. And yeah, it's just easier to deal with. Also, I feel like the powder kind of like clings to our eyebrow hairs and then just looks a little bit more natural. But if you really want to use a pencil, then I would recommend using an automatic pencil just because you can get a really, really fine point with that the whole time, whereas if you have to sharpen it, you always have to make sure that it's at a very sharp point, otherwise you're going to just have a globber of color on your eyebrows. One thing I said about eyebrows is that I'm probably not the best person to ask for this because I don't really ever fill in my eyebrows. If I'm doing a specific look where I really want to have like strong eyebrows, then I will fill them in, but I typically don't because as you can see my hair is very dark naturally. I actually did one eyebrow already, and you can definitely tell which one that was. It is this one. I filled in this eyebrow already so that you can see a difference, and this is my eyebrow when it's not filled in. I kind of used a different method with this because I recommend girls using what they have. Do not, if you don't have an eyebrow powder, don't go out and buy one. An eyebrow powder and a freaking matte eyeshadow is the same exact thing. So today I will just be using a makeup palette that I have. This is what it looks like, and I'm going to be using this color. On camera it might look black, but it is a dark brown. It is not, oh, hold on. As you can see, it is not the exact shade as my natural eyebrows. You're not really going to find an eyebrow pencil that's going to be your exact shade, and you really shouldn't. If you have dark eyebrows, you're going to want to choose a color that's at least one shade lighter than your own. Our eyebrows are naturally a little bit darker than our hair because in the summertime, if you spend a lot of time outside, the sun naturally bleaches your hair, so it's going to be a lighter color anyways. If you don't have eyebrows, like at all, if you have if you're like naturally blonde, like blonde eyelashes, blonde eyebrows, then you can really I guess, be a little bit more creative, I guess is the word that I would say, with what color you want to use. I mean, obviously you're going to want to go darker than your natural hair color because, I mean, if you're filling in your brows already, you want people to notice that you have them. So it really just depends, but just don't stress out about your eyebrows and your hair being two different colors because that's pretty much the norm for anybody. The point of me saying this is just don't freak out if you can't find a color that's exactly your eyebrow color because you're not supposed to. It'll also look kind of crazy. And just a disclaimer, I look like garbage today. I know this. I've just been a mess lately because finals are coming up. So, here we go. It is super easy to overdo it with your eyebrows. So first of all, a great rule of thumb in figuring out where everything goes, especially if you don't have eyebrows, I'm going to show you this now. Any eyebrow expert, any makeup artist is going to show you this exact same trick. But yeah, you're going to want to look straight on into your mirror, and I'm going to be looking down so that I can see. Okay, actually I think I'm just going to put my mirror in front of me. So yeah. Perfect. Straight up and down, that's where your eyebrow should start. Then you're going to want to go from the corner of your eyebrow. Hold on, let me get my hair out of my face. You're going to want to go from the corner of your eyebrow, looking straight on again, and you're going to want to go over your pupil, alright? And that is where your arch should be. And then again, you move it from your nose to the end of your eye, and that is where your eyebrow should stop. Our eyebrows, especially for those of us who have darker eyebrows, tend to taper off naturally. Like I said, it really just depends on if you have eyebrows or not. I know a lot of people have issues where their eyebrows naturally just kind of like stop right there because, I don't know, that's just the way that they were made. I'm actually going to show you on the other side where I didn't do my eyebrows, just so that it'll be kind of easier for you to see. Okay, looking straight on again, you're going to take your straight edge from the corner of your nose, from the corner of your nose going up, that is where your eyebrow should start. I'm going to try a different. Does that help you see better if I use a darker color? Anyways, yes, straight on from your nose, here's where your eyebrow should start. Okay? And then, and then you move from the corner of your nose to over the center of your pupil, and that's where your arch should be. And then you move down again. Sorry, I'm like screwing this up because I'm looking in the camera. Okay, corner of your nose to the end of your eye, and that is where your eyebrow should stop. So hopefully that was a little bit easier to show you now. With this eye, what I actually did is I put on a lighter color and then I put a little bit of black over it just so you can kind of see a difference. On the other eyebrow that I'm going to do, I'm going to use this dark color right here. If you can kind of see, it's just a dark brown. Alright, so, and I'm using an angled eyeliner brush. This is exactly the same thing as an eyebrow brush. Sometimes you can find them that are a little bit smaller in size, but it's essentially the exact same thing. I mean, angled eyeliner brushes and eyebrow brushes are, like I said, essentially the same thing. They just can have a tendency to come in different sizes, but I'm just going to use this one because it's what I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip it. Oh, there's a mirror right there. Just going to dip it into my color a little bit, just dabbing it. And then I'm going to kind of like not knock it off, but like shake it off a little bit to get the excess. And then first where you're going to start is right here in the front. That's where a lot of people, like for me, that's where my eyebrow is kind of like the lightest, and then of course at the end. But our eyebrows naturally taper off at the end, so they're not supposed to be as dark on the end. Anyways, and this is the part where you can either do like a rounded front or like a square front. Right here I did more of like a square front, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then you just want to do really light handed short strokes, because it's easier to build up than it is to take away. But the good rule of thumb is that for people with blonde hair or lighter brown hair is you want to go with an ashier color. You'll know what color it is when you see it. Okay, and then you kind of want to go, you don't want to dip your brush into any more color. You just want to go upwards to your arch. What you're doing is you're just making lines as if you're sketching, you know, like if you're sketching in a pad of paper. I know I probably look weird right now, but I'm just checking to make sure I'm in frame and also that you can see what I'm doing properly. Because this is really hard to do when I'm not in front of a huge mirror. And then when you get to this end part here where it tapers off, again, don't dip your brush in any more powder because it gets lighter as we go down. You're just going to keep keep in mind, I am using two different colors on my eyebrows because I told you how I used a lighter color on this eyebrow and then I put black over the top of it. On camera, you can't really see the difference. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is you either take an eyebrow brush or you want to take take a spoolie. And you may be looking at me like, what the hell is a spoolie? This is a spoolie. It just basically looks like a mascara wand that's not with mascara. And you can use this for a lot of things. Mine did not come on an angle like this. It just came straight, and then I bent it myself because they're very easy to bend, sorry. And then now what you're going to do is you're just going to go through your eyebrow here and blend everything together, and this will kind of like soften it as well so it looks a little bit more natural. Sorry, my dog is barking in the background. If you decide, like me, that you really don't want to fill them in because you already have dark eyebrows, but you just want something, you know, so there's a little bit of like control to them, is you can just get like a clear eyebrow gel or a clear mascara. A clear mascara is probably going to be your best bet because I don't know that clear eyebrow gel is as easy to come by in drugstores. But I know Great Lash comes in like a clear formula, and then you just do the same thing, except how you want to brush through your eyebrows is you want to brush upwards first, so your eyebrow looks all shaggy and weird, and then brush in the direction of where it naturally lays. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, I have stronger looking eyebrows, and I have naturally fuller eyebrows, so obviously mine are going to look different from yours. So yeah, I actually kind of like this. Maybe I'll wear it more. I don't know.